I'm Sarah, I'm from Tafwa, and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Freddy, I'm from Gamiatong. I listen to Mario on the traffic jam every afternoon.
Hi, my name is Salah, I live in Asinu. Today FM rocks.
My name is Denasa and I'm from Lutoka and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Mulamila, I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM, it rocks in Rakiraki.
I'm Mary from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Tonight, Fiji One News issues official apology to FBC News. PM reassures Middle East leaders of Fiji's continued support. And coconut beetles invade the Kumbia. Fiji One News has apologized to Fiji Broadcasting Corporation and its chief executive Riaz Said Qayyum after a reporter misrepresented comments made by the FBC boss. Said Qayyum last night wrote to Fiji TV demanding an apology and a retraction over a story which made it appear as if he had called people idiots for criticizing the Wasia Basha program. Edwin Nund reports.
This press conference last Friday was meant to state FBC's position on statements used on its Wasia Bhasha program, but the Fiji One News report took an entirely different angle.
I can assure you some things of this kind won't happen because I'm going to talk to all the journalists to how to do proper professional journalism.
The issue over here is about that one particular story done by one particular journalist who misrepresented us in terms of the story. And then twisted the story and used the content of the twisted story to go and get more comments.
The Fiji One reporter stated that Syed Qayyum had bluntly shifted the blame and misrepresented his comments when he said, quote, "I'd rather not comment about idiots," unquote. The news item made it seem as if the CEO was referring to all public criticism when he used the word idiot, but he was in fact speaking specifically about Rajendra Chaudhry, Shalendra Raju and a Facebook group called Fiji Exposed Forum.
It's a very amicable relationship. The issue over here is about that one particular story done by one particular journalist who misrepresented us in terms of the story.
We don't consider APC as a competitor. Actually, we are friends. We share a lot of content and we work together, we meet together. And I don't see any issue between both TV stations. We are doing well.
In his letter to Fiji TV last night, Syed Qayyum pointed out the reporter deliberately did not state who was being referred to as idiots and saw this as an opportunity to manipulate the situation to further his agenda. Syed Qayyum also claims the reporter may have an axe to grind because FBC is seen as competition from where he resigned under very contentious circumstances. Edwin Nund, FBC News.
Edwin now joins us live. Edwin, tell us more.
Jackie, the latest development on this issue is that Fiji Broadcasting Corporation has today lodged a formal complaint with the Media Industry Development Authority. Syed Qayyum confirms this was done because Fiji One News did not issue a timely apology and retraction. And as this happens, we've also got confirmation from the FHL Chief Executive Nuzab Farid that he has asked for an internal investigation to be initiated in the Fiji TV newsroom to try and figure out how this was allowed to happen and how this news item was allowed to air in the manner that it did. Now, briefly going back to the statement and the letter that was written by FBC Chief Executive following the news broadcast by Fiji One News, he makes at great length, he makes mention of certain individuals whom he called idiots. He was referring to Rajendra Chaudhry, Shalendra Raju and the Facebook page called Fiji Exposed Forum. The letter states that these people on certain occasions have tried to incite violence. They have called on people to march and rebel and revolt against the authorities. These are some of the reasons why Syed Qayyum says he used the term idiots, and then he goes on to make reference to instances on Facebook when these same individuals have made all kinds of dangerous, defamatory and destructive comments against individuals, the Fijian government, without any fear or impunity. This is Syed Qayyum explaining why he used the term and going to great lengths to explain to the people of Fiji that he wasn't calling all public criticism idiots. He was in fact referring to very specific people. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Edwin. Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama has assured all Middle Eastern countries that Fiji will continue to assist with peacekeeping duties. While visiting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Bainimarama reminded him that they can always rely on Fiji. Rachel Nath reports.
We are here to help. We are here to keep the peace.
Fiji has provided servicemen and women to serve in the United Nations operations on the Israel-Syria border and in Lebanon and Egypt since 1978. And Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama will ensure this service continues.
And today I intend to promise you, sir, that our commitment will continue. Just as I will tell other leaders in the Middle East that they can always rely on Fiji. At the forefront of our discussions, of course, will be the safety of Fijian men and women in uniform as they carry out their duties on behalf of the United Nations and other peacekeeping areas.
Bainimarama says the same message will be taken to Lebanon later in the week and then to the United Arab Emirates and other nations in the Middle East in the weeks ahead. The Prime Minister has also sought Israel's assistance and support in areas of medicine, renewable energy and agriculture.
The rising sea levels and extreme weather events associated with climate change threaten our very existence in the Pacific. And we need the support of Israel and every nation as we take the fight to Morocco later on in the week in COP22, later in the month.
Bainimarama also extended an invitation to Netanyahu and his family to visit Fiji, which he accepted.
I'm glad that you had the opportunity to help us with the peacekeeping efforts. They're not easy. The quest for peace is difficult, but we remain committed to it.
The visit is part of a tour that the Prime Minister is making to the Middle East capitals to discuss Fiji's contribution to the United Nations peacekeeping operations in the region. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
More than $110,000 has been received so far by the Fiji Cancer Society from its Pinktober Cancer Awareness Program last month. This was confirmed to FBC News by Fiji Cancer Society Administrator Belinda Chan. Sainani Boiler has more.
With Pinktober coming to an end in the last few weeks, Fiji Cancer Society Administrator Belinda Chan says money is still trickling in to support cancer patients.
We've just hit the 110,000. We're still receiving money, so like I said, we'll be able to give a confirmed amount mid-November to end of November, and that's just Suva. We haven't added the Western Division.
59-year-old cancer survivor Marianne Wong Lee has thanked those who shared their money and time to support them.
Today so far has helped us a lot, and we cancer survivors and patients going through treatment right now just need everyone's support to help them along during this time of hardship.
Lee adds the support so far has put smile to faces of cancer patients and survivors and give them another chance to be strong and fight against the killer disease. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
Coconut rhinoceros beetles have been invading Vikumbia Island, destroying its coconut trees. Eleanor Turangai View reports over half of the island's coconut trees have been damaged from the infestation.
Vikumbia Island, situated to the north of Vanuatu, depends on coconut as its main source of income. However, the coconut rhinoceros beetle is eating away its coconut trees.
It has really destroyed our coconut trees. They infest on the trees and kill it. If you go to our coconut plantation, you will see the damage this beetle has caused. The trees are not bearing coconuts anymore.
Villagers say the beetle has been on their island for some time now and they fear losing all their coconut trees.
We have informed the Ministry of Agriculture to come and check it. We are hoping they will come soon because this problem is really serious.
Principal Agriculture Officer Northern Paula Tuyone says a research team from Coronivia will be sent out to inspect the seriousness of the infestation and the percentage of damage.
A team will be going for controlling of how we can manage the disease. Second to that, the replanting of coconuts. And the third point is to how we can provide some seedlings for their food security basis.
The Ministry of Agriculture is consulting with the Commissioner Northern's office, the Count Rove Provincial Office and the District Office on how else they can address the issue. Eleanor Turangayview, FBC News.
A national celebration marking the 100th anniversary of the arrival of Girmatias in Fiji will be held tomorrow. Local Government Minister Pravin Bala has confirmed the event will be celebrated over 4 days throughout the country, with the national launch taking place tomorrow at Albert Park. Savaira Tambua has more.
Students from various schools rehearsing this afternoon in preparation for the historical event. Local Government Minister Pravin Bala is requesting every Fijians to take part in the celebration and give time to pay tribute to our forefathers.
I would like to request everybody, all Fijians, to participate in this celebration because it is a very historical moment. We are basically celebrating 100 years since the arrival of the last ship with the indentured laborers from British India.
A parade and float procession will commence from the flea market at 9:30 tomorrow, heading to Albert Park, and the official opening by His Excellency the President Chochi Konrote. Director Traffic SSP Mahesh Mishra has confirmed police presence will be paramount.
We will provide the security and we will ensure that the children are safe and the event goes smoothly without any incident. And definitely the teachers, the organizers and all are well prepared. But police will do their bit to ensure that we support and we ensure that the safety and the security of our publics are promoted.
According to Local Government Minister Pravin Bala, similar celebrations will be held in Lotok on Thursday and in other municipalities celebrated on Friday. The last indentured laborers from India arrived in 1916 aboard the ship Sutlej. Savaira Tambua, FBC News.
Coming up on FBC News, alleged hit-and-run driver remanded in custody. And a few more hours to go before the US go to the polls. Stay with us.
It's me Simstar here right from the Rakitiki town और सुबह ब्रेकफास्ट शो में मैं सुनता हूँ जब ब्रेकफास्ट शो में रहता है अश्नील और संगीता के साथ इसी के साथ सुनते सुनते 11 से 2 भाभी जी का शो जितेन शामिल you know something Rakitiki मिर्ची FM is hot
मैं हूँ श्वेता दुकुशा नर्सरी से लोग देखते हैं ईद का चांद लेकिन मेरा चांद तो मिर्ची FM है
हमारा नाम जाबिर है हम कोरनिविया नसोरी में रहता है मिर्ची एफएम हम सब टाइम सुनता है मिर्ची एफएम बहुत जुलूम है मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट
मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट
Welcome back. This is FBC News. For the first time ever, farmers can now expect plant protection advisors closer to their farms. Previously, farmers had to travel all the way to the Coronivia Research Station in Nausori for advice. But as Ali Kimbir reports, this will change following a week-long plant health clinic training of agriculture officers in Singatoka.
The week-long plant health clinic aims to equip agriculture officers with practical answers to farmers. The usual trend in the past was for farmers to take their pest and disease crop samples to Coronivia.
Plant health doctors hold the key to a successful PhD session for having the ability to accurately diagnose the problem concerning a given sample and providing a practical management solution that satisfies the farmer after application of the recommendation given.
This move allows farmers to access services easily. Facilitator Dr. Graham Jackson says it is vital for agriculture officers to be able to provide correct answers and solutions to farmers as quick as possible.
They will be able to hold clinics where farmers go and bring their samples for diagnosis and also for advice.
The training will not only enable agriculture officers to become proper plant doctors, but also improve the Agriculture Ministry's plant protection services in farming communities across the country. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
A 27-year-old man charged with 2 counts of act with intent to cause grievous harm was denied bail by the Suva Magistrates Court today. Chone Vakarisi appeared before Magistrate Shagith Somaratne. Vakarisi is alleged to be involved in a hit-and-run incident in Nambur last week, in which a vehicle struck and injured 2 boys who remain in hospital. The court heard that on November 1st, 2016, Vakarisi allegedly acted with intent to cause grievous harm to 2 students. Magistrate Somaratne says it is an indictable offence and the accused needs to be in custody for his own safety. The matter will now be called in the Suva High Court on the 18th of November 2016. Turning to world news now, tens of millions of Americans are getting ready to vote in what's been the most bitterly divisive campaign in living memory. Both Clinton and Trump have been targeting those states that would determine the outcome. Now to sports, here's Jamie with all the very latest.
Nakazaki and good evening. In sports after the break, Australians here to build up for 7 series. And Joe Rambele wants only the best for 3-match series. Details coming up.
Manin Rabu from Batam. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
I'm Sela Sadakau from Vatukula. I only listen to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold Naka, I'm Vale and I'm working at Golden Pearl Resort and I love listening to Gold FM because it plays a really wide range of classic music.
I'm Saini Sakio from Kashmir Lotoka. I like Gold FM, but only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
The Australian men's sevens team to compete at the Oceania Rugby Sevens Championship this weekend will be without a number of its experienced players. Meli Tavanga reports that coach Andy Friend has named a relatively inexperienced squad following the departures of Cameron Clark, Con Foley, Palmer Foe and Lewis Holland.
The Australian side may lack experience for this weekend, but that won't stop them from trying to win the tournament. The side is laced with young players who are eager to impress and secure a place in the final squad for the 2016 and 17 Sevens Series.
We've got lost 12 players out of our squad, so we've got a lot of new faces, but it's important that each tournament we play, we're better than the previous tournament. We build our game style.
The Australian coach knows too well the task at hand and has laid the challenge down to his men.
For us, it's about seeing some of these new guys, opportunities for them. Still got a few contracts up for grabs, so we've got some boys trying out for contracts, which is important.
He says they are ready to impress once again in the Oceania Sevens this weekend after claiming the Central Coast Sevens last month.
Playing sevens can do anything, so you just need to respect them all. Our first game, Solomons, it's going to be a tough one too. So
Australia is in Pool B with Samoa, Cook Islands, Solomon Islands and New Caledonia. The Oceania Sevens will be held on Friday and Saturday at the ANZ Stadium.
The Australian Sevens team are highly rated as they defeated local Seven Giants Luinakau at the Central Coast Sevens last month. That same side hopes to do the same this weekend. Meli Tabanga, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, the Nauru Sevens team believes it will have to be a lot more physical at the Oceania Sevens this weekend. Drawn in a tough pool, the Nauruans are ready to battle against the Vodafone Fiji Sevens side. Manager Godwin DeBaus says they will take on a more physical approach to compensate for their lack in height. DeBaus says playing against big teams like Fiji is a challenge and at the same time an opportunity to boost their skills by playing against professional players. The side just recently returned from Australia where it featured in a sevens tournament in the build-up to the Oceania Championship. DeBaus says they're looking forward to their match against the Olympic gold medalist.
Well, Fiji's game, we're going to approach Fiji game as a learning experience and a honor, privilege to match up against champions.
So we prepared ourselves to the point of satisfaction. Our coaches and team managers have done their part. I guess it's all up to us now. If we can perform on the field like we have been on training days, I say we should do all right.
Nauru is pooled with Fiji, Samoa and Tonga. A New Zealand national representative rugby union team, the New Zealand Heartland 15s, is currently playing Nandi at Prince Charles Park in the first of its 2 matches to be played in Fiji. The side has the services of 2 Fijians. Rohit Deo with the story.
The final touches in preparations for 2 tough battles in Fiji. 22-year-old wing Maleli Sau says the team has prepared well for the past 2 weeks and are ready for the top giants of Fijian rugby.
Yeah, boys are training hard and we've been training well for the last couple of weeks, and yeah, we're looking forward for the game tomorrow, first game against Nandi and Nandronga at the end of the week.
5'8" Nete Zakau knows the games won't be easy for his team.
The game's going to be tough. There's going to be big hits. Lungs will be burning.
Both players are happy to be back and are looking forward to be playing in front of Fijian fans.
It's pretty hot at the moment. Yeah, I've been away for a while, and yeah, it's good to be back, see the family and friends, good catch up. So yeah,
I'm happy to be back to see the family and represent another country.
The New Zealanders play Nandronga on Friday in its second match. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Vodafone Fiji residents coach Joe Rambele wants only the best players for the 3 matches against the visiting English Community Lions rugby league team. Rambele says 26 players are in camp at the moment and he is keeping a close eye on their performance. Rambele adds that this opportunity for our local-based players to play at this level will prepare them to fight for a spot in the Fiji Mbati team for next year's World Cup.
Select the best, we'll ask if you want to use 20 players. We'll select the best 20 players from these 26 players to play the first game. Then the second game we'll select the best 20 players again for the second game and the best 20 players for the third game.
The first match between the Vodafone Fiji residents and the English Community Lions will be played at 3:30 p.m. this Saturday at Ratu Thakambau Park. Former Fiji Mbati Jared Hayne was left embarrassed after the homepage of an adults-only website appeared on a big screen in front of 200-plus students while the Titans fullback was presenting an online safety talk at a Gold Coast high school in Australia yesterday. Hayne tried not to laugh as the images, including lewd acts and a topless woman, remained on screen for a number of seconds before the former NFL player held his phone aloft to protest his innocence. And that's it from sports this evening. Business is up next with Jackie.
Fijian Holdings Group has recorded a growth in profit after tax of 12% for the 3 months ending 30th September 2016. The group's post-tax profit for 3 months stood at $6.2 million compared to $5.5 million achieved in the same period last year. In making the announcement, FHL Group Chairman Ioane Naiveli said that group companies are continuing with strong performance as reported in the last financial year. Group revenue has increased by 9% compared to September 2015 results. As at 30th September 2016, group assets stands at $481 million, while shareholders' funds has reached $224 million. Today started with showers and early morning thunderstorms in the eastern areas of Fiji, which gradually cleared to a warm and sunny day throughout. Looking at the temperatures, Lambasa was the warmest at 33 degrees, while Ba and Suva were more comfortable at 29. For tomorrow, a few scattered showers can be expected countrywide. And our further outlook, we're looking ahead to Thursday. Wet conditions are likely to continue with the chance of skies clearing out during the day. At sea, east to southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. Recapping the stories for tonight. Fiji One News issues official apology to FBC News. PM reassures Middle East leaders of Fiji's continued support, and coconut beetles invade the Kumbia. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To this week's poll question, and we are asking: are Fijian parents neglecting proper diet for children? To answer, visit our FBC website. Remember to send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. Until tomorrow, I'm Jackie Spate. Good night.
Natango mila kere antiteroga, ando umaruta kana warronga ng Bula FM, number 2 na siya.
Kung nga taon nyo na sinu, ito magtalita ka ng warronga ng Bula FM.
Natango sarvino ng bose, natango bikara limbao. Kito do talita ka ng warronga ng Bula FM, Korgo. Bula FM, number 2 na siya.
Bula FM number 2 NSR.